Every year, there's a late riser who ends up going a lot higher than we anticipated coming into the draft cycle. Oregon had a very solid defense in 2023, and in large parts it was due to solid play from the secondary. One of the guys who I think has some very intriguing upside is cornerback Khyree Jackson, a transfer from Alabama who had a really nice season for the Ducks, is a guy who I think may end up going fairly high in the 2024 draft class. But hey guys, we are in the middle of Senior Bowl Super Week, where we are touching on some of the top players suiting up in Alabama. We're going over what makes them intriguing prospects at the next level. Leave a like on this video, subscribe if you are new, and leave a comment and let me know which players you guys would like to see in the next video. And without further ado, let's get into it. Khyree Jackson is a very interesting story. He started his career playing for a JUCO, and he was absolutely dominant. So dominant that he got an offer and he transferred to Alabama, one of the top programs in the nation, but unfortunately he didn't get much playing time. There were some rumors that some stuff had happened off the field between him and Coach Saban, and he decided to enter the portal again. In 2022, he only played in 3 games for the Tide. He was targeted 3 times and allowed 68 yards. He decided to transfer to Eugene, where he had a very solid year and really boosted his stock. He played in 12 games and he was targeted 38 times, allowing just 19 receptions for 200 yards and 1 touchdown. Jackson also had 3 interceptions and 7 pass deflections on the year and is a guy who I think has some very intriguing upside. The first thing that is going to stand out when it comes to Khyree Jackson is his phenomenal size. He is 6'3", 195 pounds, and he has an unbelievable frame. He has long arms, he's tall, and he is extremely hard to move the football against because he has such incredible size all around. Jackson also has really solid speed down the field. He did a very nice job of matching up with receivers and had great ball skills. He was able to swipe his long arms and break up passes in the air without getting penalized, and I really love his size, versatility, as well as his athleticism. Jackson is great in coverage as well. He played a little bit everywhere, and he showcased some nice upside. In man coverage, we talked about his speed, but he also showcased some physicality and aggressiveness with a nice initial punch at the line of scrimmage in press man coverage, and he was very nice in man coverage, but I also liked what he offered in zone coverage. He read the quarterback's eyes well, he had good closing speed to finish the play, and overall, I was really impressed by all the different things he could do as a coverage player. I think he could be a very nice player. While there's a lot to like with Jackson, there are 2 glaring concerns. For one, we have to talk about the lack of experience. Jackson has been around the block from JUCO to Tuscaloosa to Eugene, but over the last 3 seasons, he has only appeared in 20 games, and 12 of them came this year. He has all the upside in the world, but we haven't seen enough consistency from Jackson outside of this past season, so that does concern me a little bit. The other area of his that I didn't love was he did have a pretty slim frame, and I think he could get a little stronger and get a little bit stronger. It showed up as a run defender especially, as when he was pushed around by wide receiver blockers, and when he would crash, he just didn't really have elite balance and body control, so I would like to see that improve. Jackson did allow a few big plays over the top from time to time due to sloppy footwork, so I'd like to see that improve just a bit as well. He does get a little bit grabby down the field because he's such an aggressive player, so those are all areas that I think he could improve, but they're very minor issues for me. Khyree Jackson is a very fun player who I really like. His size is incredibly impressive, and he has some very nice speed down the field to match it. He is my number 12 cornerback in the class. It's a cornerback class that is getting better and better, and I do like a lot of guys in here. I think he has some very nice upside, but like I said, I do have my concerns. He is my number 66 overall player in the class. Khyree Jackson is a guy who's played pretty much everywhere on the field. I think he can play in nearly every scheme at the NFL level. I think a primarily man-to-man scheme that mixes in some press man coverage could be the best case scenario for him, and I think that's where you're going to get the most out of him in the NFL. My player comparison for Khyree Jackson is Cleveland Browns cornerback Martin Emerson. Both of them possess some phenomenal size at the cornerback position, and they're excellent athletes. They have the ability to line up anywhere on the field in any sort of scheme, and I see a lot of similarities between the two. Emerson has been absolutely fantastic over the last few seasons for Cleveland after being a later round pick out of Mississippi State. I think Khyree Jackson could develop into a very similar player. I think there is a world where Jackson is one of the 10 or 15 best corners in the league, and we overlooked him due to worries about his lack of experience. Khyree Jackson has fantastic size. He is tall, he is long, and he has some very nice athleticism. He is a natural mover for the position, and I think he's going to be a really good player. He has some concerns, but ultimately, I think Khyree Jackson will be a top 100 pick in the 2024 NFL Draft.